Hey everyone, Aparna here with day 40. Yes, finally, the day, the last work of my challenge. Honestly, I was so excited about this challenge. Um, it was more like I wanted to get on the 40th painting rather than what was happening in between. I don't know why. It was just so exciting to know how I will feel at the end of this challenge. And here I am today, finally, finally doing the last painting in this sketchbook. Now, when I started this sketchbook, as you all know, or in case you are new here, I'll just give a quick background. I'm doing acrylics after a very long time, and because of my health reasons, I was not able to really focus on acrylics. And not just health reasons, I had some other issues that I was facing at home, like for example, I was finding it very difficult to find the correct lighting when we shifted to this new house, which we shifted around. It's no longer new. We shifted around 2022, 2023, and that is when was last time I did acrylics on a bigger scale. And it was difficult to adjust in the new house with the huge windows that we have here, unlike the other times where the windows were moderately sized and the lighting was good. But in this house, when we came, I was hoping that the bigger windows will actually, I mean, it is beautiful house. So I was thinking it will inspire me more to do a lot of paintings. And I was painting. I was doing acrylic paintings. However, the more I was doing, I was finding out that there was something not right with the light. I felt everything was very brown and very warm around me. My curtains were like brown in color. We stay in an apartment. So we have an apartment pretty much next door to us. And one of the windows, um, the reflection of the other apartment comes in, and that is absolutely light brown in color. So when the sun shines on it, there is a whole bunch of light that comes in my room. However, I felt that the light was just too warm, and something happened, and I was uh, really finding it difficult to film my artwork. I was finding it very difficult to take pictures of my artwork. I do have a tiny Instagram account, and I was thinking I'm going to post, and I used to post. They used to come pretty good when I was in my previous house, but something just didn't work in this house. And I was gravitating towards learning to sketch and draw at that point. And I think because I was not able to make that work for me, I gravitated towards sketching and pens instead of making an effort to find ways to make acrylic paintings work for me. So instead of doing that, I just kind of I won't say I stopped, because I did couple of paintings and I tried. I did try, but I do accept that I did not try hard enough. As a result, I gradually gravitated towards pens and fountain pens, and I absolutely fell in love with the concept of sketching. Sketching has been something very new for me, something that I still haven't shown in my YouTube challenge, because at that point I didn't have a YouTube challenge. I've been painting for some time, but making videos for YouTube has never been in my mind. I thought about it, yes, but I didn't really do anything to work towards that. And yeah, things kind of spiraled off for me in 2024 health wise. And I suddenly realized that life is short, and we should do what we really desire to do. and I thought, why not start a YouTube challenge? And since I was going through a very hard time, and since I am kind of camera shy, I decided, okay, let's give it a shot, let's give it a try. I mean, what can happen? Like, I won't continue doing it, right? But I had to try. Yeah, I had to give it a shot and see how it works. I just didn't want to not try at all in the end and feel bad about it. So I decided I'm going to try it. So I started doing it. However, my sketching journey and whatever art I've been doing till 2023, 2024 is not out there in YouTube. So everything is pretty new here. So anyway, this is how this challenge happened. I did, however, when I started this this channel, I was doing tiny acrylic paintings, and I think those were the paintings I did last. I did not do any more after that, and I just simply gravitated towards pens and sketchings and fountain pens, which I'm really grateful that I did, because today, with whole bunch of health issues, pens and ink and graphite really has helped me stay grounded. But I was somewhere or the other deeply uh, missing acrylic paintings, the medium acrylics as well. uh, I mean, the medium acrylic. So I really wanted to restart all over again, and this is how I started with my journey. And I decided, when I realized that I have approximately 60 plus, or approximately 60 sketchbooks, I decided, you know what, let's give it a go and let's see what happens if I apply acrylics on these sketchbooks. So I found one. This one is Viviva watercolor sketchbooks. Is 300 GSM, and it has a tiny tint to it. It's a little bit creamish in color. So I started this challenge with first applying the paints on a surface without a gesso. So initially, first 20 paintings, I did not apply gesso on the paper. I just went with it, and I experienced something else, but I had fun. And then I decided, let's see what happens if I apply gesso on the rest of my 20 pages. And yeah, that was another experience for me. I will be making a video, like a flip through. Yes, always excited for a flip through since I'm doing sketching nowadays. So that's kind of an exciting thing for me. So once I do the flip through, I will give you certain points, and what all things I've been doing, how has this experience been for me. Of course, those details I'll mention in that video. But I had a fantastic time, and that is what was important for me. I really enjoyed my process, the art process, the journey, which I've always focused on. And it just gives me an opportunity to paint in a different surface. I've always done acrylic on canvas rolls, and this one was just a new experience. I learned a lot. It was fun going back to a medium that I have always loved, and it was challenging as well, because in the beginning I really wasn't sure what I'm doing. So I knew I had to persevere through it, because I know now that just because you have not used a medium for a long time does not necessarily mean that you have forgotten how to use it. When you have a steady practice, your muscle memories kick in. The muscle remembers every stroke you make. They remember how a medium works. They remember how you love or hate a medium, and it gives you an opportunity to rework with those concepts. If you didn't like a certain thing about a certain medium, when you start doing it all over again, you can give it a second chance. You can find a way to see if it really if you can really make it work for you all over again. And that is what I did. I always loved acrylics, so I wasn't really into that. Like, I didn't see anything negative in it. The only challenging part for me was that I have been wanting to experiment a bit more with colors when it came to acrylics. I generally do a lot of mixing with watercolors, but do not really do the mixing part a lot with acrylics, because I have so many acrylic paint tubes. I have different shades of every color. So I never felt the necessity of uh, mixing colors, and today I feel that it has limited my progress and limited my knowledge of colors. So now I want to do that. So throughout this challenge, I kept myself to the limited palettes of an acrylics paint set that I've been using throughout. It is a set of 15 colors, I think. I don't have it in front of me, but I think there is a limited set of colors in here, and I stuck to those colors only occasionally. Like, for example, in this particular painting, I did use the purple, which was a separate color. Again, like I said, I could have created my own purple color, but I didn't because I had the color. So now I really want to use up the colors that I have. That was the reason why I started with this project. However, doing that, I felt the limitations. Then I went back into limiting my color palette to the set that I already had, the ready-made set, and that really helped as well. And I feel like something is changing in me. I feel the way I look at painting nowadays is bit different uh, than how I used to look at painting earlier. So I'm excited to see what does that mean. What does it entail for me? How my future artworks are going to look like. I feel like I really want to. I'm loving the purples and the grays and the purples, and mixing up different colors with purples and grays, and to get a different color altogether. So I'm really, really enjoying all that right now, which is something I don't actually do. When I have a reference picture in front of me, I generally only remove objects from the image, or I will take another reference picture, take something from there, put it in my current painting, and make the paintings come together. Now I really don't know how to show what I just said, because I don't know how to uh, kind of show it. Like, I don't how do I explain, like, I don't do cut and paste. It's something I do mentally. I use two reference pictures in front of my on my laptop, and I will take one image. I have to make sure that the lighting is correct, the way the lighting is on the painting that I will be dominating, the image that will be dominating my painting. And I need to make sure the image in my reference, the second reference, the lighting is similar to the first one, where I am, you know, whatever part I want to implement in my painting. So it's kind of little difficult, but I think I got used to doing that. So now it's no longer very difficult for me to do. So I take different elements from, sometimes I take 2 3 elements from 2 3 references, bring them together. I just make sure that the light source is correct, is consistent, maybe correct is not the word, is consistent throughout all the three images, and then I like to create my own stuff like that. So that's how the process has been for me, and I've never really challenged myself, but now I feel something different. I feel like doing something different. um, I want to give the illusion of a lot of details without actually adding every minute details out there, if you understand what I'm saying. So I want to explore, however, because of my endometriotic cyst, or the adenomyosis situation, I have both. um, Physically I'm feeling the pain, and this painting I did not sit while doing the painting. I actually stood up and I did it, and I managed to get through it. I wanted a very bright forest painting for ending the series, but the endo thing was going really bad at this point. It pretty much started before I started with the painting, and I realized that I had to do something simpler, and I could have left it off for doing later, but I took a long time to finish this challenge. And after a couple of days, after a week, I am traveling, so I wanted to wrap up. I want this entire sketchbook to dry as much as possible, and I will be putting some tracing papers in between these papers, in between these sheets. I will be doing it just before I leave, and so I really wanted to finish it, but I really enjoyed doing what I was doing, because these last paintings actually I have done with very few details, but it does look detailed work, and I think that is exactly what I was looking for in my paintings. So basically, the pain made me do that. I don't know whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, but I think I'm getting the hang of it, and I'm going to explore it in future, and we will see how this goes. For now, I will be making just maybe two videos more. One is the flip through, one will be the art supplies that I will be carrying. I'm going for a very short span of time, around 15 days. So I don't know, I'm going to carry the basic items with me. But in the meantime, art wise, I'm still not very sure what I am planning to do, and what to show you. I might show you my sketches, and if I continue doing something else. I do have acrylic marker pens which my daughter gave it to me, so maybe I can try and make a video on that. I am still not very sure. However, yeah, I have a lot of stuff to get things uh, done here before I travel. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what all I have right now in my plate, but packing is absolutely essential. I haven't done any packing right now. I am so excited that I finished this sketchbook, and I'm just constantly flipping through it right now when I doing this voiceover. Really happy, really proud of myself for finishing it. Yes, in the next video, I will tell you how many days I took to actually finish this small challenge. But I'm proud of myself. I finished this challenge, and I'm looking forward to um, new things, new challenges, and I'm hoping my health will support me, my endo issue will support me. However, that seems a little tricky right now, but I'm going to make it work for me, and I just need some time to figure out how I'm going to go about this in coming months, depending on how my treatment goes. So lot of new challenges. I'm looking forward to the whole thing. One needs to stay optimistic, always positive, and I'm strong, so I know I'm going to get through it. Just need to see how I can make it work. So I'm really happy I'm able to enjoy every medium out there. So I have a feeling I will be doing a whole bunch of sketchings. And I yeah, I just remembered I have a tiny sketchbook which is filled with watercolors. I can actually finish that off. Maybe I have something for you guys after all. So I hope you guys get to take your sketchbooks and start with your process, start with your journey, and have a fantastic time. And practice, enjoy, have fun. Till then, I'm going to see you again very soon, and till then, stay happy, stay creative, and yeah, take care. Bye bye.